nearly 2 millennia, the promised land of the Bible was a barren wasteland. Its archaeological ruins, a reminder of its glorious history. Its people, scattered throughout the 4 corners of the world. But towards the end of the 19th century, things began to change.
I think we have a privilege of seeing with our own eyes the words of the book materializing and becoming a reality.
Elul 25 and director David Kerr invite you on an incredible journey to discover the beauty of the land of the Bible and meet the people who call this place home.
Everybody that will come to Israel, touch the land and touch the people, it will change his life.
To me, Israel is family. It's home.
Israel is, to me, my dream, my hope, my future.
I think I'm privileged to have grown up in a land where my grandfather, where his parents, where his forefathers only dreamed of seeing built one day.
I remember when we start to play in the vineyards, all the experts says it's not going to work, nothing will go here.
God says, mountain, shoot forth your branches, give forth your fruit, my children are coming home. Every fruit you see is prophecy fulfilled.
It's something that people couldn't have imagined 50 years ago.
Something is happening of historic proportions.
It says, I will bring you in from the 4 corners of the earth, and people will know that you are my people and that I am your God.
Discover for yourself the miracle of the land and the courageous hearts of the people of Israel.
I am 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 Israel. To me, Israel is the best proof God exists and still acting in our world.
Visit IamIsraelFilm.com to be.
All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. And this was a movie. It's called I Am Israel. Sound very interesting to watch. Today our topic is about Erdogan and what Erdogan he said. But what Erdogan he said is nothing new. It is what Muslims they say every day. However, talk is cheap. Action speak. The same day, this filthy Erdogan, he said, Jerusalem is red line, is the same day Israeli flights lands in Turkey. So when he was in the stage saying to the Muslims, Jerusalem is a red line, we will not accept Jerusalem to be the... In the same time, in the same moment, Israeli airlines were landing in the heart of what is called today Turkey. This is the biggest scam person in the history. He says something, he do the opposite. Israel is one of the biggest supply for arms and ammunitions, technicians for the army of Turkey. Turkey is one of the biggest supply of information, of intelligence to the Israeli intelligence. So in public he want to fight Israel, but in reality he is one of their puppet. One of their puppet. When Erdogan he went to Israel, he was speaking as if he was a Jew. And he acted as if he is a Jew. Because all of us we knew that the one who made him a president, it was Israel. So what this is about, this guy. In one hand, he want to be the caliphate. In the other hand, he is their puppet. In one hand, he is support ISIS. In the other hand, he is their man. In one hand, he threat Israel. In the other hand, he is with Israel. I mean, who is this guy? This guy is nothing but a scumbag. He take opportunity. Whatever the opportunity is, he is with it. Actually, Turkey exists because of Israel and because of America. If not American, and the stupid American, sorry to say, Turkey would be collapsing a long time ago. If you go back not long time ago, when the Turkish lira was bankrupt, it was the stupid American is the one who sponsored it and make Turkey stand in its feet again. Each time Turkey collapses, the first one to stand and support Turkey is the stupid American. So we can say that the Ottoman, or what is left of the Ottoman Empire, is standing until now because of the stupid American. Now, why the stupid American? They are supporting the stupid Erdogan. Very simple. They want a puppy. They prefer to have a puppy they control from someone else they don't control. As simple as that. In one hand, Erdogan, he makes a speech about Islam, about Quran, Prophet Muhammad. In the other hand, Turkey is the land of nightclub and prostitution. I mean, number one income. When they ask the Mufti of Turkey, why you don't make fatwa to close all nightclub? Fatwa is a holy order to close anything or against anything. He said, if we do so, who's going to pay for your salary? So this is the Islamic Turkey Erdogan. You know, Erdogan is the Muslim president who his wife, she wear hijab. But if you go in the street, you see people wearing a bikini. I mean, in one side, they pray Allahu Akbar and Ramadan and etc. And Muslims, they are Muslims supposedly. In the other hand, you go to Turkey, you see nothing about Muslims. Where we can find the Muslims in Turkey? Any Muslim can point for me? Actually, in the city of Adana, just a few days ago, Adana? No, Azmir, sorry, Azmir. They were playing Italian music in the instead of the adhan in the mosque. Let me find you the news. Oh boy. I mean, imagine how much this country, how much Muslim this country. Italian song Bella Ciao broadcast from several mosques. This is when? 6 days ago. Bella Ciao instead of Allahu Akbar. Bella Bella, how are you? Ciao, ciao, ciao for you. Muhammad, he was replaced by Ciao, and Allah was replaced by Bella. Bella, Bella, how are you? Shame on Muhammad, shame on you. So this is an Islamic country, or it is what? Nothing left of Islam in Turkey. Actually, I believe Erdogan, he is there for a very simple reason. He is the best puppet for those who want a puppet. He can control them. You know, the Muslim Brotherhood, which was the plan of Obama to replace what is called Islamic terrorism. And I'll explain it to those who don't have too much background of the Muslim Brotherhood. Muslim Brotherhood is an organization dreaming about establishing the caliphate. You can say they are ISIS before ISIS. And the American, as always, and I say American government, not American people, I am an American. American government is behind every scumbag evil in this earth, sadly. So they sponsor the Muslim Brotherhood. And this is why they sponsor Erdogan. And what is the plan? The plan is so stupid, showing you that those who call themselves CIA, they are CIA dummy, they are CIA rats, they are CIA, I don't know what to call them. But the plan was simple. Instead of having Al-Qaeda and ISIS. What we are going to do, we are going to sponsor the Muslim Brotherhood. And this is a middle range terrorist organization. It's not too much. We can live with it. So the plan was as the following. We will make Erdogan present the Muslim Brotherhood, and which means already Turkey is under the Muslim Brotherhood control. And the plan was that we will take the Assad regime and we will make the Muslim Brotherhood in Syria control Syria. And then Jordan is very easy to control because 80% of Jordan is Muslim Brotherhood. So now we will have Jordan. And then a few years ago, the Muslim Brotherhood, literally, they took over Egypt. So Egypt became in their hand. And then al-Bashir, who is the president of Sudan, he supported the Muslim Brotherhood. He became their puppet. So now we will remove the border between Egypt and Sudan. And the red line present where the Muslim Brotherhood supposedly will control. And this is the plan of the CIA. And Libya was literally almost controlled by the Muslim Brotherhood, all of it, until some change happened. And we will talk about that soon. Tunisia, right now as we speak, is under the control of the Muslim Brotherhood. So look what we are talking about. We are talking about countries extend all the way from Turkey all the way to the heart of Africa, controlling a huge amount of resource of oil and gas and Mediterranean Sea. Same time, the Muslim Brotherhood, they did not forget about Saudi Arabia. So they did their part in there and they try to make a control of Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. And that will make, and Qatar already is under the Muslim Brotherhood. The Prince of Qatar is a member of the Muslim Brotherhood. And that will make this state controlling the major resource of oil and gas in the world. Turkey controlling all of them. Erdogan will control Syria, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Emirates, Sudan, Egypt, Libya, and Tunisia. But then the stupid American, they forgot that there is a smart Russian exists in this earth. The smart Russian, they came and they burned the coke of the CIA. And now we will use another line to present what the Russian did. So the Russian, they came here and they told Erdogan, get lost. And they established again borders in this area. And they kicked all the fighters who work for Erdogan from this area. So Syria is back under the enemies of Erdogan. And then the Saudi Arabia government, they discovered the plot or the plan of the Muslim Brotherhood to take over their country. So Saudi Arabia announced Muslim Brotherhood to be a terrorist organization. And the funny that Saudi Arabia announced that Muslim Brotherhood are terrorist organization, yet Trump, he will not do that because he is a potato. So Saudi Arabia, they took off the plan of Erdogan and the CIA and they deleted this line, and now they are not. Actually, they arrested every single Muslim Brotherhood in Saudi Arabia. Every single of them, same as in Emirates, because Emirates discovered the plan of the Muslim Brotherhood to take over them. So both of them, the Saudi and the Emirati, they arrest all Muslim Brotherhood in their country. Which means if you are now in a Muslim Brotherhood and you live in those countries, you will be arrested immediately and you might be executed. The only place left for Muslim Brotherhood now is Qatar, which is a small, tiny island. And the Prince of Qatar is very well-known terrorist supported by the stupid Trump. Let us say he is supported by all American Trump. Obama Trump, George Bush Trump, all of them, they are the same. And we change names only. But when it's come to politics outside, it's the same garbage. So, in Saudi Arabia, they lost. Erdogan, he lost his dream. In Syria, he lost his dream. And in Jordan, for sure, he lost dream because if Syria is gone, he cannot go take over Jordan. And then the Egyptians, surprisingly, by the help of the Egyptian Christians, they made a revolution against the Muslim Brotherhood who won the election not long time ago, and they control all of Egypt. So what happened? That Egypt is gone from the plan of the Muslim Brotherhood or dream. And guess what? Then Sudan have another revolution by the support of Saudi Arabia and Emirat. And Sudan, which is supported by the Saudi and the Emirati, they were able to get rid of al-Bashir, who is supporter of the Muslim Brotherhood. So Sudan is gone from the map. And then the Russian, they sponsor a big general in Libya. His name is Haftar. And Haftar, he took almost most of Libya under his control. We can say all this area, let us make it in a green color, is under his control. So the Muslim Brotherhood dream in Libya is gone too. The map vanished. And Erdogan now is in a chaos because his country is bankrupt. And the whole plan is, if we control all those countries, you can imagine how much money will come to Turkey. You see, the Ottoman always, they used the stupid Arab, and sadly I am an Arab, to control them. You know, those Arab, just drive them by the dream, or tell them caliphate, Islam, etc. And then they became subdued. And then Erdogan, he can use Islam as a way to take control of all those resources. And his dream is collapsing. And now he is sending troops from Syria, from the Syrian terrorist organizations, and his army to Turkey, hoping maybe he can stop Haftar. And actually in the last few days, he was able to accomplish some little victory here and there in Libya. But still he is far away from doing such a thing, because I don't think the Russian, neither the Saudi, neither the Emirati, they will let him get successful in Libya. So what's happening there is very simple. Erdogan is bankrupt, and when you are bankrupt, you try to find any way, any solution to get rich, to get money, and that is not happening. The Russians are there, even if the Americans are supporting Erdogan. You will notice that wherever Erdogan goes, Americans, they support him. And you ask yourself how somebody is against Israel is supported by Trump. It doesn't make sense. I mean, this guy, he supports Israel, but at the same time, he supports Erdogan. And he keeps talking about Erdogan as a friend. How that can be? Very simple. Because what you see in the surface is not what is under the water. What is under the water is an evil plan to control what it's called Muslim nations by using someone like Erdogan. But they don't know the danger of this, because this Erdogan is like a dog. You feed him, he bites you. The Americans, they did not learn their lesson. You know, they used to support before Taliban and Al-Qaeda. And then Al-Qaeda, when Al-Qaeda get bigger and stronger, the first thing they did, it is to bite the one who made them, or let's say the one who sponsored them, the American. The American, they never learn, you know. And when I say American, remember, I'm saying American government. Very stupid, arrogant government. All what they care for is business and money. Value is not exist. You know, in America, in government in America, they speak about value when the value fit with them. As an example, the president of Syria, he is a bad president because he's a dictator. And for sure he's a dictator. Absolutely, we agree. But Trump, he don't see the prince of Saudi Arabia and the king of Saudi Arabia as dictators. They are friends. They are good friends. I mean, in Saudi Arabia, not only you will disappear, they will cut you pieces. They will make you shish kebab, the same as they did to the guy in Turkey. Remember Khashoggi? And by the way, this Khashoggi, he is a terrorist too. So he's not better, but he is one of them. But in America, if you are our friend, if you are our friend, and our friend mean our puppy. Okay, so here we will put a puppy. This is a puppy. We will put a sign in blue. This is a puppy land. So the puppy land, they can do whatever they want because, you know, they are our puppy. Erdogan is our puppy, so he can do whatever he wants. He have tens of thousands of people arrested for a political reason, and until now USA have no sanction on him. You believe it? No sanction. Tens of thousands who they are politically arrested, including journalists, teachers, professors. And Trump, he didn't see it. I mean, what? Nothing happened there. Erdogan is still a democratic person for us. Egypt, when the Egyptian, they kicked out the Muslim Brotherhood from their country, the first one who threatened to make a sanction against Egypt for replacing the Muslim Brotherhood, guess who? It was USA. Because Egypt is not our puppy. And this is not the plan. We want the Muslim Brotherhood there. Imagine why in the world Obama will make an immediate threat. I mean, they did not do anything yet. People are striking in the street against the Muslim Brotherhood president Obama. He go on TV and he says, we will put sanction in Egypt if they remove him. When Hillary Clinton, she went and she met with one person from Libya. One person. Do you know who? The one they met him from Libya, it was the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood. Why Hillary Clinton, she is meeting the Muslim Brotherhood leader? For he is the puppy. This is the plan. And the plan of Obama is not working. Then the Russian came. And the Russian, they screw all the plan, the evil plan of USA, sadly. I mean, I say evil, sadly, because, you know, I mean, I live in this country, I love this country, but it's sad to see we have evil plan always by the government we have. Can you believe it that in America, who they say they support women's rights, they claim they support gays, they support lesbian, they support the feminine movement, they support blah, 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 all the garbage, you know, they say things which is a garbage for me because they say something, they do something. They are the same one who support Muslim Brotherhood, who will kill you if you don't fast. They are the one who killed the Muslim Brotherhood. They are the one who killed Sadat, who signed the peace agreement with Israel. Why they killed him? Because he signed a peace agreement with Israel. So how you support Israel in the same time you support the enemy of Israel? Hamas in Israel is the, you know, Muslim Brotherhood have many names. Hamas is a army brigade of the Muslim Brotherhood, and everybody knows. So how you support Muslim Brotherhood in one hand and you are against Hamas in the other hand? It doesn't make sense. No, it makes sense if you are evil. When you are evil, everything makes sense to you. All right? So Erdogan is still hoping that Trump, he will help. And now he is hoping that Trump, he will help him in Libya to take over Libya. And he hopes that the CIA will support Erdogan and the Muslim Brotherhood, who they are in a small territory in this area in Libya. They will support them against Haftar, which is supported by the Russian, you know, so they can gain and take over Libya, and that will make all the oil of Libya in the pocket of Turkey, and that will string Turkey, and Turkey then will take over Syria again, and they will be powerful to take maybe most of Iraq where the Kurdish area is located, and then maybe they will be able to take over Egypt, and maybe they will be able to take over Saudi Arabia. But that is a dream. Trump, he cannot make it happen. Because Trump, he have a lot of problems, and it doesn't matter how much he tried to support the evil Erdogan, he still is limited, for there is other major forces in this earth. Thank God that not only us, America, is a superpower, because that will be really very bad for everybody. When you have somebody, he have control of the whole earth, and he is evil, then evil will come. So Erdogan, when he say things, he don't mean them. He mean the opposite. There's things they say for customer, and there's things they say for the one they do business with them. Customers are just a bunch of fool. You know, they see our commercial, so we fool them by the commercial. But there is real people who knew what's happening, and the people who knew what's happening, they laugh at Erdogan when he say Jerusalem is a red line. In fact, Israel today, as a state, came back to existence because of the Ottoman. Many people do not know that yes, Israel is the land of the Jews. Yes, they are the one who have the land. Yes, they are the one who should have the land. But it is the Ottoman who they are always obsessed with money. Those Ottoman, they love money. They are money worshippers. They worship no God but dollar, but gold and silver. So when the Sultan, he was in Turkey, during the time England and France occupying most of the Middle East, they told him, the Sultan, you need a lot of money, man. You're bankrupt. So we can give you some money. The Jews, they will support you if you allow the Jews to go back to Israel. And the Sultan, oh really? He'll give you money? Sure, okay. Come back. No problem. Okay, we'll come. Everybody is welcome. And then the Jews, they start coming to Israel. And this is how Israel start back and get their land back to them. It was by the Sultan. So the Sultan is the biggest help to Israel to exist as a state. And now the same Sultan is saying, we will not let you exist. That is a joke. Anyway, so this is just to give you an idea about what this guy is just, actually for me, I'm so happy that Erdogan is still a president. And many of you maybe will say, how come? I will tell you why. You see, the previous government before Erdogan was liberals, and they are against Islam actually. You know, they forbid even women to wear hijab. But by doing though, they were able to convince the European Union, which is a very stupid union, that we are capable of joining you, for we have the same value like you. So the stupid European, almost they opened their doors to Turkey to join European Union. And if Turkey joined European Union, Turkey became shish kebab. Europe. Turkey alone is 100 million. You know, and that will make maybe 25% of the population of Europe if they join. So by having Erdogan, that prevented Turkey from joining for some time, as long as someone like this exists. So I would like to see always someone like Erdogan in Turkey. He talk too much, he do nothing. In the same time, he will prevent Turkey from joining European Union. So this is for our best, not the opposite. All right? However, this person is evil, but his evil will destroy him and will conquer him, because always evil come back to you, no matter what you do. And this is always what history, taught us. Always evil will come back to you. You send it away, it come back to you. Now, somebody was saying in the chat that Christian Prince in Instagram, if he sees somebody he knew more than him, I mute him. If somebody knows more than me, and I mute him. Okay. Like what? Like the guy who says to me, all the Arab are liars? The one who says to me that all tafsirs are liars? The one who says all hadith are lies? Or the one who says Quran, most of it is not written by God, it's by a human? So Muslims, you complain about anything, but yet they don't dare to call me. And this is the excuse, I'll mute you. Okay, you find me a Muslim who claims to be a person who have reputation that he is really a sheikh. I will never mute you. And I don't mute them actually, I hang up on them. What mute you? I don't mute you. I hang up on you if you start saying stupid things. If you don't accept your own book, then we will debate about what? You? Your opinion? Doesn't matter. We debate a religion, not an opinion of a person. So if a person, he says to me, well, I don't accept this hadith. Okay, don't accept it. So why you are calling me? We are debating people who accept their prophet teaching and their Quran teaching. You don't accept it, don't call me. I will hang up on you. Right? So those who claim that they can debate me, but I mute them, that's a lie. You know, all the sheikhs, not a single sheikh from those who they are called sheikh, they call me and I hang up on them. We have their debate is there because they are sheikhs. We shake them. Go watch it. We hang up on kids who start saying things which have nothing to do with our topic. Right? And they knew their size. And you know, by the way, you can go live in air in your channel. So if I hang up on you, you can continue and people will see. You know, let's see how hero you are. Still, you can't make it. All right. By the way, the guy who his name Insan, he made a video and he is talking about me. But I think he, you know, and this time he did not use English because he don't want me to know what he's saying. So I will not respond to him supposedly. Man. So if one of you can translate for me what this potato he said. Let us see here. Yeah. The video is called Jawaban Christian Prince. Jawaban grades Atas Hujatan Christian Prince Kabadala Quran Tintin Lambur Hitim, whatever it is. All right. So he made it, but not there's no English, so I will not know what he said. All right. Potato. I mean, potato. If you are answering Christian Prince, why you don't speak to Christian Prince? Okay, how I will know now what you are saying? Don't worry, I will make a video about it. And I just before I come online, I decide to listen to what he's saying here to see what he's talking about. I mean, okay, what is this drama is about? So he said this. Let us see.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Stop. Why you say Assalamu alaikum, but your sheikh, your master, he say hi, Christian Prince? I mean, you say Assalamu alaikum, he say hi. Have you ever heard of a student like okay.
Alhamdulillah, hari ini kita berada di mana, Ustaz?
Di Gobak Moruno, di daerah Kota Mobagu, Sulawesi Utara.
Gobak Moruno artinya apa, Ustaz?
Kebun hijau lah kira-kira kita.
Kebun hijau di Kota Mobagu, Sulawesi Utara. Dan akhir-akhir ini kita banyak mendengar dan menyaksikan tentang tuduhan dan pelecehan yang dilakukan oleh Kristen.
I know he's answering about the black mud. I know, I saw because he put in Arabic, but the question is why he don't speak in English as usual, you know? Because he don't dare anymore. Like if I say something in English, he will get me busted. But don't worry, be happy. I will make some brothers help me and translate what you said there, and I will spank you, man. The spank is coming. So I will do tomorrow a video for you about this, and somebody will send me the translation. Let us choose just one person to translate. Who wanna translate for me and send it to my Patreon? Because you don't want everybody to do the same. There's no need for many people to translate. Who wanna translate for me? Who speak Indonesian additional to me? Or I am the only one who speak Indonesian here. Who wanna translate for me? Give me one. I translate for you. I can translate for you. Sure, I speak. You know, because you see, In order to understand any language, just say inshallah and you will understand it. Who want to translate it for me? Okay, Emmanuel, Michael. Okay, Emmanuel, you send me. Do you have Patreon? Are you in Patreon? We want somebody to send translation in Patreon. Who of you is in Patreon? He can send me the translation in Patreon. Just one person in Patreon. Who is in Patreon? We Are Blessed will do it? Okay. I did not see We Are Blessed saying that. We don't want everybody to do it, just one. Until now, we are not getting We Are Blessed, but I don't see We Are Blessed saying we'll do it. Yeah. I need two people to compare. Okay. Let us choose one. Okay, let us do this. After we finish this video, you guys post a translation. If you see one person post translation, don't post after him because there is no need for you to do it. Let us make it simple. After we finish this video, one of you post the translation. She will do. Okay. So anyway, We Blessed will send me a message in Patreon. And here they see the guy. He will try to explain how the sun set in murky water. Oh boy. My friend, Mr. Insane, it is too sad that you are sitting next to a spring of murky water behind you and you are trying to explain that the sun doesn't set there. I mean, I look behind you, the scene is very nice, but isn't it in the Quran it says a spring of muddy hot water? It's a spring, you idiot, not an ocean. Anyway, we'll see what he said. But I hope he will not from now on start making videos in Indonesian because he's afraid I will understand what he's saying. Don't worry, I have a lot of people to translate for me. And yeah, you know, actually now I bought a new gadget. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a magical gadget, you know. I can just translate anything in the screen. Unbelievable. This will help me a lot. I just purchased it. Actually, I think today is going to arrive. Should I do unboxing? Guys, should I do unboxing for it? Like those in YouTuber? I will do unboxing and I will speak about the camera. I mean, those unboxing videos in YouTube are hilarious. You will see like the same, let us say a phone. A 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 video about the same phone. And most of them don't have it. Unbelievable. Anyway, I mean, isn't it enough like 1, 2, 3, 4? It's like a kind of people are obsessed with those things these days. And you see, never buy something unless it's going to be a great benefit for you. For me, when I found that this gadget, I'm not going to tell you the name because it's a surprise. It translates anything in the screen. I love it. I said, that's what I want. And not only that, I can draw in the screen too. So I will use it for, especially when I am in the go, I cannot sit in my computer to make short videos. In the same time, I will be able to translate text in the screen. So when Muhammadan from Indonesia, they post comment, we can get them busted with their comment. Isn't it cool? That would be cool, isn't it? So I will have like an Indonesian assistant next to me. I click at the text and the Indonesian assistant, he will tell me lagaba, labatata, takata, jawaban, karadais, atas, hatujan, Christian Prince, kabada, al-Quran. All right? Immediately, by the magic of Allah. So I'm excited to do better stuff soon. And I hope you guys, you will take my short videos and that will make it easier for you to have short video to be translated. So you can add subtitle, and I want you, please, if you know anyone from Korea and Japan and China, please, we need your help to add subtitle. You can download the video, add subtitle, and repost it as you wish. All right? Please, please, please. Those are urgent. If you speak Spanish, you know, they are trying to fool people from everywhere. All countries, they need our help. We are here to help everybody. You see, I'm doing my best to help people of Indonesia, because Indonesia is the biggest Islamic country in the world. However, doesn't mean that I don't love those who they are in, you know, other countries like India and etc. But most of Indian, they speak English. You know, Indian are most of them, they are very fluent in English. This is why we don't really have a need to translate to the Indian people, because most of Indian, their education, all of it is in English. Actually, they speak English better than me. And the proof is, brother and sister, I'm going to explain to you how Christian Prince answers question. First of all, Christian Prince, he do not know what he's talking about. And if you ask him a question, he have no answer for it. And I will give you an example. I trained Christian Prince. If you can't tell me one verse in the Bible, it says that this is I'm God worship me. And you will see immediately that Christian Prince, he said, I can't find it. So this is Zakir Naik. He speak English, but it's an Indian version. But the difference between him and the Indian, this guy, he say it with rain. You know, a lot of things will come from his mouth. So like if you are afraid of corona or something, take an umbrella with you. So, you know, I'm not worried about the Indian to understand me. I love the Indian people. Dawood, mostly Indonesian. So even if you respond, Dawood, okay. All right, but we depend. You see, I will respond this kid who the Muslim, they are using him, poor guy. I feel sorry for him, but and actually this is why he became Muslim, because most of subscribers, they are Indonesian. And you know, there is something I noticed, that in countries like Philippines, Indonesia, they have an obsession with Korean people. I'm not sure why. I mean, if a Korean boys singers come into a Philippine, and Filipino people go crazy, like, and everybody want to be a Korean, like Korean, you know. It's like, I don't know, there's something not right in the society. I mean, in the culture. I mean, you should, the first thing you should like yourself. If you're not like yourself, you're kind, you're ethnic, let's say, you know, why you are obsessed with someone from different country? Just, I don't know that. They are obsessed with their look, they are obsessed with their makeup, they are obsessed with their, and the Korean themselves, they are obsessed with the Western. I mean, everybody is obsessed with somebody, and nobody is obsessed with himself. I'm the only one who like being an Arab. This is the best thing happened to me. I'm unbelievable being an Arab. I open the faucet, I find oil. I go to the bathroom, I find gas. I mean, wherever we go, oil and gas, no water. This is why the price of water in Saudi Arabia is more expensive than the price of gas. You believe it? Trust me, it's true. So, being an Arab, by the way, it's a privilege. As an example, we do not need to learn read and write to understand anything. As an example, I bought, each time I buy something from Amazon, and then I put it together, I found like there's 20 screws are not needed. But in the manual, it says they are needed. But who read the manual? Not us. We Arab, we don't read the manual. And then like, okay, we put it together. Why those screws are still there? Like an Arab guy, if he took the engine of the car and he put the engine back, you know, he will find like 80, 70 screws are not needed. How? Don't ask me. He cannot find a place for them. I don't know how where they came from. We have no idea. So there is a benefit of being an Arab, you know. And I don't know if there's a benefit of being obsessed with somebody else from different culture, different, I don't know. Human being sometimes is weird. You have to be, you know, happy with your heritage. Doesn't matter what it is. If you are from a poor country, love your country. You know, reject anything in your culture is bad. Hold and preserve anything in your culture is good. As simple as that. If you see, as an example, if you see the American, they have a good culture in something, follow it. If they don't. You know, same if I go to Indonesia and I find Indonesian, they have a nice thing, nice culture, something I like. Why not? I will take it if it's good. But if it's bad, I will not. So don't be a naive and don't be a person who follow fashion. And I mean, even the hairstyle start changing. People, they use their fingers in a certain way. They are copying. Even when they sing in the stage, we'll see the guy holding his balls. I mean, what this balls is about? I mean, are you singing from your mouth or from your balls? Why you are holding your balls when you are singing? Because Michael Jackson did so. Hello. See stupidity? Excuse my language. You know, I like to say it as it is. So don't be stupid and don't do what they do just because you are blind. And this is why, by the way, Muslims, they always use famous people to spread their cult. Because they knew how a human being is stupid. There's millions of people, they follow blindly anyone. He is an artist, famous person. Doesn't matter what he do, doesn't matter what they say, they will copy. I don't know. It's a crazy stuff. If you are a singer and you say something, then the whole world will copy your, your statement, and as if you are God. And then, okay, let us say, when the Muslim, they converted someone like Muhammad Ali to Islam. Did you ask yourself why they target this guy? They always try their best to target famous people because they knew the impact of famous people in the stupid, silly people. If you are silly and naive and you are empty from your side, inside, anyone can impact you. So a famous person who is actually, most of those famous people, they are perverted people, literally. Literally. They do everything evil in this earth. And most of them, they die in drugs. And then, if they say Islam is good, or they converted to Islam, we make it a big deal because, oh, this guy, famous guy, became a Muslim. If you remember lately, there's a guy, his name what? West. He's a singer, West. And they said he converted to Christianity. He's the husband of this woman, Kardashian. And it was really funny how news they converted to Christianity. This guy converted to Christianity. Are you sure? Secondly, let us say if this is true. Okay, why it's important? Why this is important? You see, for us as a Christian, we should not do what the Muslims do. He is just a guy. He converted to Christianity. He don't convert to Christianity. Who cares? This is between him and his Lord. For us, we do our part to deliver the message, and we don't use it for propaganda. Christ is not a propaganda. It's not for sale. It's not a commercial. So a famous person, he converted, for me, helping a poor guy who don't have a computer, who live in a village in the middle of nowhere to accept the Christ, is more honorable act for me from someone he is famous. Because he's famous, he got all the tools. He got all the big screens and TVs and all the things, all the ways to receive the message. Why he did not receive it until now? But that poor guy who is in the middle of nowhere, he got nobody to help him. So let us not be the same as the Muhammadan, who they are a propaganda machine, but they are not even knowing they are doing propaganda to who? If we ask a Muslim, who is Allah? He don't know. How Allah look like? They don't know. What Allah mean? They don't know. What Jibreel mean? They don't know. What Mikael mean? They don't know. Israel? They don't know. Ishmael? They don't know. Abraham? They don't know. Israel? They don't know. They are people who have no knowledge of anything, but they are the one who want to bring you to a religion they themselves, they do not know. But they depend on one thing, that you are a fool. You see, a person who is doing a scam, he cannot succeed unless you are a fool. They need the fool. So if you join the fool club, they will be having fun with you. Right? As long as you are a fool, perfect. This is why you see Islam flourish between foolish liberals who do say if you speak about against Islam, you are teaching hate. You ask the liberal, okay, why we are teaching hate if we speak against Islam? Because this is hate. This is hate. Okay, well, hold on. So how come you liberals speak against Christianity and it's not hate? How come you liberals do want to take the cross from a mountain? You want to take the cross from the grave. You want to take the Bible from the hotel. You want to take everything have to do with Christianity from everywhere. And this is not hate a crime. But if we speak against Islam, which is violence, killing, destruction, and death, and blood, and women's right is not exist, and human right is not exist, we are teaching hate. For those liberals are the perfect place for the germs to grow. And the germ in this case is the Quran. We are defend something they don't know what they are talking about. How somebody is a liberal, he defend the Quran, says beat your wife. This is a place where the germ grow. Ignorance. I remember when a bunch of feminine group they made a strike or something in the San Francisco, I think, to support Islam. Have you ever heard of such a stupid thing? How you support such a cult and you are a feminine group? You support a religion says beat women, as we see in chapter 4 verse number 34. You support religion says stone women. You support religion says marry many women, treat them as a bunch of goats. You support religion says have sex with the children. So how those people, they are supporting women's right in the same time they support the book of the devil, which is oppressing women? For they are ignorant. They met with some Muslims. They say to them, do you know that the Prophet, he defend women's rights? Really? Yes, the Prophet, he defend women's rights. Do you know that Aisha, she is number one resource for us for the religion? Really? Yeah, Aisha. Go and read what Aisha, she said. So their ignorance is the place of germs to grow. You see, if you don't brush your teeth, this is a territory of ignorance. You ignore that germs exist and germs will destroy your teeth. So what you do, because if you're ignorant, you ignore it. So you don't brush your teeth, and then by time you will find that your teeth is coming off one by one. And this is what the liberals, they do. They hate Christianity. That's it. Christianity is our enemy. Anything else is good. Anything else. So they support by their ignorance Islam. This is why you see liberals, atheists, generally speaking, they are totally in love with each other. You know, even though the Islam want to kill every atheist, want to destroy. I mean, if you say I am an atheist in Saudi Arabia, or you say you are a gay or a lesbian, what will happen to you? They will kill you immediately. So how in America you support a religion will kill you? That is where the germs grow, ignorance. And we have to fight ignorance, right? Now, do we have any question? You see, we laugh at Erdogan. We give you some background about this guy. This guy is just a fraud. He say things, he do the opposite, and he is just sponsored by the CIA. And the only reason for him to be existent and now is the CIA. So if you want, if you know, I don't want to say this, but if the CIA are not to exist, how many countries in the Middle East will this appear? How many kings will this appear? Should I tell you? Okay, hold it. Let me go back a little bit. Let us say this. If CIA are not to exist, how many countries in the Middle East they will lose their king or president? Let us count, shall we? The first one will be gone, shish kebab, is Erdogan. This is their man number one. The second one will go is the king of Jordan. Oh man, this is not only their puppy, this is their rabbit. The third one will go is the king of Saudi Arabia and his family for sure. The fourth will go is the prince of Qatar. The fifth will go is the prince and the family who ruled Emirat. And then, not to mention the king of Oman. And not to forget, you know, I don't know what to say about this, but we have to go there. Morocco, the king of Morocco. Those are the first to collapse if the CIA are not to support them. Those countries, actually, they all exist because of the CIA, you know. Their government, their reform, their support, logistics support, money support, arms support, all kind of support. You see, Saudi Arabia is a rich country, right? But the fact, even Saudi Arabia without USA will collapse immediately. The only thing is forming this country to be a country is USA. And let me explain to you. You see, Saudi Arabia is not one nation. When we say the word Arab, you know, when people they say Arab, they think Arab is an ethnic. Arab is not an ethnic. There's nothing that's called Arab. As an example, I am an Arab, but we are not an ethnic. How we can explain that? As an example, you know what? Let me find. Let me try to find you something. Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to find a map. Maybe this one will work. This is Saudi Arabia in the maps of ethnic. You will believe it. This is Saudi Arabia. If we go back and see who is those who they call them Saudi today. So Saudi Arabia is a country never exist. There's nothing is called Saudi. This is why they call it Saudi Arabia. This is the name of the king. I mean, do you believe it? The country have the name of the king. Because why? Because there is no country was exist. Those are what you see in the colors are tribe. Those tribes, each one of them, they have nothing to do with each other. They are not relatives. They are not family. They are not one nation. So each one of them have their own control land. And if the royal family of Saudi Arabia, which is made royal by the British intelligence one day, and then the CIA took over, what will happen that those tribes will take over again, and the country will collapse and will become countries. Do you understand? So, and add to that, there's Shia and there's Sunni, and they hate each other and they want to kill each other. And the only reason, actually, did you ask yourself why Saudi Arabia have a very small, tiny population? Because always they kill each other. Always. So it's just the CIA is keeping the country together. Take the royal family, this country will split to many countries. The same as Turkey. You see, who is keeping Turkey as Turkey today? The CIA. So if the CIA decide to say, okay, Turkey, no support to you no more, no money, no army, no weapon, because the Turkish lira can collapse in a second. It's just one tweet. Imagine how weak it is this the currency, that a tweet of Trump can destroy the lira. A tweet. Do you see how weak the country is? This is telling you that this country is nothing. Is like an empty balloon. If a guy from different country have nothing to do with the country, he make a tweet, make your economy collapse. So what kind of economy you have? So if the CIA stop supporting Turkey, Turkey will collapse because there's a lot of ethnic inside Turkey. There's nothing that's called really Turkish. There's Kurdish, there's Armenian, there's Assyrian, there's Syrian, there's actually most of Turkey, half of Turkey belong to Syria. Half of Turkey belong to Syria. The other half belong to Greece. The other half belong to Armenia and Azerbaijan and Georgia. Nothing will be left. So it's just a matter of time, I believe this country is going to be sane. It is, the decision is in the hand of the one in the White House. The one in the White House, he can destroy this country as he wish, when he want. All right? Anyway, so those countries exist for a reason, as I said, and the one who made them exist is the Western government. What will happen if black people in Saudi Arabia? There's no black people in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia have a little tiny population of black people. Those that used to be slaves before, long time ago, and they are not citizen. I mean, now they are citizen. I mean, they are not from there. They are from Africa. All right. There's no black Saudi. Those are brought as a slave. The same as the poor African kidnapped from their country, brought to Europe or to America. So the Arab are not black people, and they have nothing to do with them. So there is little tiny population. Greece territory, all of this is belong to Greece. Greece should be all the way to the border of Syria. This is Greece. Istanbul is not their land. This is when the Muslims, not long time ago, I mean, the funny Erdogan speak about occupation, but he himself, he live in a land, all of it is occupation. The people of Erdogan, they came all the way from the land of Genghis Khan. They have nothing to do with this land. They don't belong here. So the whole country is called Turkey, is not for those, the Turkish. This does not belong to them. The whole country is occupation. All right. Have you been in Saudi Arabia? I have been everywhere, yes. Yeah. And if you live ever in Saudi Arabia, or if you are a Saudi, I don't know if there's any of you Saudi, you knew what I'm talking about. Saudi, all the richness they have, still is a very poor country in everything. You see, like most of Saudi Arabia don't have even until now a sewage. As an example, if you go to Mecca, when the flood come to Mecca, little flood, little rain, all the poo-poo which is hold in a septic tank, it's like a hole in the ground, So when little rain happen, all the poo-poo will go, all of it, to the Kaaba. Why? Because the country until now does not have a sewage. All right? If you remember, I showed you before. Okay. You remember those images we showed you before? This is the Kaaba. All the sewage, all the bad water will come to the Kaaba. And now supposedly they work in a solution to divert the water, the sewage water, from coming to the Kaaba. But I don't think still it's successful. Still a lot of water is coming. It's a very bad location, by the way, in Mecca. It's because they build it in the bottom of little hills around it, So when little rain happen, not much rain, things go in chaos, as you see. Actually, I wish I can show you videos. You would die laughing. I mean, all the money until now, they cannot stop little rain. Allah cannot help them. No, the one who can help them, only the American and the British. The only one who can give help. Allah cannot provide any help. What he can do? So little rain, you will see all of Mecca is covered by water, and you will see cars are walking with the water. I mean, look. I don't know if you can see in the images. Let me zoom in. This is not an old picture. This is new. As you see, cars and etc. So those countries, doesn't matter how much money they have. You see, the royal family, they have money to invest to buy a stadium in England, a sport team in Spain. If you go to Europe right now, most of the sport teams are owned by Arab. And this is one of the reasons, actually, you should not support this kind of sport, because this is not a sport no more. That's not sport no more. This is a business, number one. Secondly, how this team is a Spanish team, but it's owned by an Arab. I mean, how that work? And then they say to you, like when you play football, France against Germany, but you look at the team of the German and the team of the French, you find no French and no German. All of them, they are important from somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just a foolish. So I encourage everybody not even to support what is called football. It's a filth. It's a gang. It's a mafia. The point is just anything will make money for mafia. They control it. Anything will control the mind of a human being. They will control it, and football is one of it. So if you look at the football today, is nothing but a mafia business, and you are the victim. They fool you. They say to you, there's a game between this team and this team, but there's no team in the team. It's not Germany versus Brazil, because simply there's no German in the German team, and there's no French in the French team, and there's no Saudi in the Saudi team, and there's no, I mean, the team is from everywhere, and they call them German team. What is the German team? Somebody's saying, I know a Palestinian Christian who do hate David Wood. He says they are Islamophobe. Shouldn't Christians support David, etc.? Okay, my friend. If somebody he claimed to be Christian and you call him Palestinian, why you don't ask him, what is your country? Where's your country? And what happened to your grandfather? And who is the one who took over your country? So those are, you know, if maybe what happened, if you live between, let us say you are a Christian kid who grew in the Middle East. What school you will get? Arab Muslim school. What education you will get? Muslim education. So if you are not smart enough to study and research yourself, you will be just a copy as any Muslim. As an example, I remember, you know, when I was in school in the Middle East, the teacher kept talking about the Jews, they took our land, the Jews, they took our land, you know, the same hate speech. So I asked him, sir, who is the one who built the city of Jerusalem? He said, according to historian and Islamic historian, it was in Islam, it was David and Suleiman. So I laughed. And I said, so the land, this is their land then? He said, sit down, sit down, sit down. You're always like that, sit down. So it's their land. I just asked the teacher. He said the one who built the city is David. And by the way, his information is stupid anyway. But this is what they believe. So how you are saying to me they have no right to be there, and you yourself, you believe that the one who built the city is those guys? Isn't it David, the king of the Jews? Isn't it Solomon, the king of the Jews? So if you are a Christian kid and you grow up in the Middle East, it's very much likely you will be brainwashed by what you hear. So don't blame him. Blame his family, his church, the cowards who did not teach him the truth. There's a coward there who did not dare to say the truth to the child. Even the Quran confirmed that the land is the land of the Jews. And if we are being called Islamophobic for exposing Islam, they can call us whatever they want. How come the Muslim, they call us pigs, monkeys, and they are not called Christophobic? So Muslim can call me pig, can call me monkey, can call me najis, which means filthy, dirty. They can call kuffar, they can call me a pagan, they can call me all the names. And yet if I say, no, I'm not, you are a liar, that will make me Islamophobic. This is the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 21, says that this land is the land of the Jews. There we go. Allah says to Moses, he told Moses to tell his people, oh my people, go into the holy land which Allah has ordered to you. You see it? Do you see it? So even the Quran says this is the land of the Jews. Do you know that the Quran never mentioned the word Palestine? Why? Because Muhammad Muhammad himself is the same as Erdogan. You see Erdogan? Erdogan is the puppy of Israel. And when he got bigger, he bite them. Muhammad is exactly the same. Muhammad was a puppy of the Jews until he was strong, and then he killed them. So when Muhammad was in the process of being a puppy, he agreed with the Jews. This is your land. It's Allah assigned for you. Allah told me that. Go and take it. Read it. The Quran saying that Allah told Muhammad, that he told Moses that this is the land belong to the Jews. Right? Is it true that Illuminati has been controlling the world? I don't know what you are talking about, my friend. Don't go by fiction stories. Don't watch too much cartoon. So, even the Quran confirmed that this is the land of the Jews, and Allah, He punished the Jews 40 years to be lost in the desert for they refused to kill the Palestinians. Read it. He told them, let us go and attack. They told him, we are not going to attack. From all the Jews, only two Jewish Muslims here, listen carefully, Muslims, two Jewish, they decide to do jihad with Moses, only two. The Quran says that. I mean, look how funny this story. Moses, he got only two Jewish to join him to go to Palestine, brother. Only two. Are you sure? And then they told him, no, we will not enter it and we will not attack the gate. What gate? Huh? The guys, they said to Moses, let us go and do jihad and attack them in the gate. What gate? What gate, you idiot? And we will be victorious. I mean, look at this. Look how stupid story. Moses and two guys will be victorious against an army. True story. Must be a true story. I mean, come on. Okay. And then they said, oh, Moses, this is the Jews now, the left of the Jews. Only two Jews agree with Moses. The rest, they don't want to do jihad. They said, oh, Moses, we never enter the land. As long they are there. If they leave, we will go. Okay. What happened to Allah now? Which means, the Jews refuse to kill the Palestinians. You Muslim, don't you say that the Palestinian is the one who owned the land? Which I find very funny. So Allah, I'm quoting the story according to your God, the God of the falafel. So if you don't enter the land, Allah will upset from you. Look what happened. He said, oh my Lord, I have control of none. Moses, he went to Allah, complain. They don't want to fight with me. Allah, he said to them. So Allah, he said, for this is the land will surely be forbidden for them for 40 years, that they will wander on earth. Okay. So Allah, he forbid the Jews to enter the Holy Land for 40 years because they refused to kill the Palestinian. Farouz is saying, let me show you Farouz's question. I like your question, Farouz, honestly. You are the smartest Muslim between all the Abdul. He's saying, please tell me how Islam fastest to grow in religion if it is false. My friend, first of all, Islam is the fastest dying religion. If you are talking about population, population doesn't count, because even your prophet, he says, Islam is taught as a strange religion and will end as a strange, which means nobody believes in it. And the proof is so clear. Do you listen to music, Farouz? If you listen to music, you are going to go to hell according to Muhammad. If you wear jeans, you will go to hell. If you wear sport shoes, you will go to hell. Do you drive car? You will go to hell. Your prophet, he says, the one who do what the kuffar do, he is one of them. As simple as that. So, all of you Muslims, you don't practice Islam. Look, let me show you what your prophet said about the Muslims. Who is the Muslims for Muhammad? Unless you want to say to me, Muhammad is a liar, then I have to agree. What I can say. As I know, like even at Jazeera, they were making a program a few years ago about 16,000 Muslims leaving Islam a day, not a year, a day. So where is the fastest growing religion? If you're talking about population, that even against you, not for good, for your good, because you don't have food to feed them. This is why every single Muslim want to immigrate to Europe. So what is population will do for you? Now, if we go here, we will see what your prophet said about the end of Islam. Let's see. I will find you, unless you want to say your prophet is a liar. That's according to your prophet, nobody will do Hajj no more. Nobody will do Hajj, which means not a single Muslim will exist. Okay, let's see. I just tried to find the hadith in English. Here we go. Guys, read with me what Muhammad he said about the fastest growing religion. Yahya related from Malik, from Ibn etc. blah 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 blah, from blah 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 blah, from blah 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 blah, from the messenger. May Allah pray on him, not for him, not to him. He said that Muhammad said, the Medina will be left in the best way that it is until a dog or a wolf enter it and urinate on one of the pillars of the mosque or in the member. They asked the messenger, who will leave the fruit of that time? He replied, animals seeking food, birds and wild beasts. Now the hadith doesn't make sense, stupid, you know, but what Muhammad is saying, that the Medina and Mecca, and I will show you the other hadith about Mecca too, that time will come and nobody will go there because no Muslim left. To the point every dog will piss in the most holy location for the Muslims. Do you see it, Pharaohs? Are you there, Pharaohs? So if you are saying to me your prophet is a liar, I agree with you. Member is where you stand up, like, you know, the Muslims, they learn from the Christians, they copy from the Christian churches in the Middle East. So in the Christian churches, there is like little stairs, you go and stand in the top. So when the priest he speak, people they can see him when he talk. You know, at that time there's no microphone, speaker, etc. So the Muslim they copy from the Christians, the member. This is what exists in our churches, what they converted to mosque after the occupation. So Muhammad saying it clear that this is absolutely this is sahih. Why not sahih? Why not sahih, my friend? Anything they don't like is sahih, is not sahih. But anyway, anything is embarrassing, they will say is not sahih. If you remember, there's a hadith where dogs used to enter the mosque in the time of Muhammad, which is I find funny. I mean, Muhammad saying that time will come and dogs and beasts will piss all over Mecca, and sorry, Medina, here in this hadith. But dogs, they used to do that in his time and he do nothing about it. Even people, they go inside the mosque and they piss in the middle of the mosque and he was watching. Let us show you the other hadith. Here we go. This is Sahih Bukhari. My father said, during the lifetime of Allah Apostle, the dogs used to urinate and pass through the mosque, come and go. Nevertheless, they never use a sprinkle of water on it. Do you see it? This is Sahih Bukhari. Do you see it? Dogs. Dogs go inside the mosque, Muslim praying and Muhammad praying, and nobody even clean after that. And this is telling you about the quality of those who follow Muhammad. I mean, what kind of mosque this mosque is? But for sure, the Muslim, they will say to you, this is da'if, but this is Sahih Bukhari. How da'if? Sahih Bukhari, do you see? It says Sahih Bukhari. Emmanuel Michael, you speak 6 languages. Do you speak Korean? Chinese? Okay, my friend. Emmanuel, contact me in Patreon, please. I need somebody to add subtitle to videos. Can you do that? It would take some work from you, but you can choose some important videos. If you speak Chinese, that will be wonderful. If you speak, actually, if you speak Chinese, I will make a Chinese page in YouTube. I will create a Chinese page myself. So if you can download some of my videos, Emmanuel, and translate to Chinese, and anyone will help with you, he's welcome. We can make a Chinese page where everybody can download from it. It doesn't say that, CP. I agree, Animus. I agree with you. Did you find Jesus in paradise? I will call you as Chipeta Abbas. Abbas, do you remember Abbas? He challenged me to find Jesus. And Abbas, what about we play the video about you? Anyone have the video where Abbas he called me? Because I deleted the videos. Anyone have it? So we can play and laugh at Abbas when he said to me, show me where it says that Jesus in Jannah. Hadith is made by a human. Well, the Quran is made by a human. Isn't it the Quran you are reading? Is the Quran of Uthman? And Abbas, hold on, Abbas, I want you to call me. Just for a laugh. Guys, do you like to have fun with Abbas? Hold on. Give me a second. Abbas. Give me a second, guys. Alright, sorry guys, I got to see something. Abbas, you wanna call me Abbas? I'm sure people, they will be, we need some entertainment for this morning. Okay, Abbas. I am in Skype, Abbas. Call me, Abbas. Are you there, Abbas? Okay, let me search for him. Alright, let's call Abbas just for a laugh. Abbas, are you online? What happened to you, Abbas? Abbas is not online. He wanna call me, but he's not online. Abbas is not online. Brave Abbas. Ferouz? Ferouz is saying to me, stop calling fake Muslim. Are you a fake Muslim, Ferouz? Okay, let us call Ferouz, as long Abbas is a fake Muslim.